Hey everyone, welcome to Blessed and Beautiful. I hope you're feeling beautiful today. Hey everyone, thank y'all for stopping past my channel one more time. My name is Renee. If you are a visitor, come right on in, have a seat on the front row. Can't wait to have you see what we do here today. And if you are part of my Slady Squad, all of the people who have subscribed to this channel and slay in everything that they do, thank you for coming on back one more time. All right, you guys, I am so very tired. I did let some of you all know in the beading community on Saturday that my daughter is not feeling well. She's in the hospital. When I spoke to everyone on Saturday, we were at the celebration of 12,000 plus members for Becky and Jenny on their channel, and we were in the ER at the time. So my daughter was admitted and she's still in the hospital, and I have been going back and forth every day. So today, this is kind of like beading therapy for me. I just needed a moment just to kind of sit and just make something and kind of let some energy just fall off. So I hope that you all like what I have for you here today. It is going to be an elastic bracelet. I love making bracelets, and my first love was the elastic bracelets, and I've gotten away from making them all the time now that I know how to do bracelets using the toggle clasp like this one here. And do I have any more up here? Yes. And this bracelet here that has the lobster clasp on it. So now that I know how to make these, I do make them a lot more often. And so I realized I don't make as many elastic bracelets anymore. So today, since I wanted something easy, the elastic bracelet it is. These beads come from the Bargain Bead box, September 2025 sweater weather box. And so we had a lot of a lot of bronze, antique bronze. I'm going to call this copper so much. This is antique bronze. And so in the box came lots of findings that had antique bronze, bead caps. Hey, how are you? Hold on. Okay, y'all folks, I had to say hello to the editor because he came in from work, and y'all, that was a long talk. We had to talk about how my daughter was doing, so I forgot what I was saying. But here we are with our elastic bracelet, and I just want to do a very small video just going over how I do my elastic bracelets and what I use and why it's one of the easiest ways to make a bracelet. So today we're going to use this 5I0 round crystal string, and I get this from said Amazon. And okay, I usually cut off, of course, way more than I need, about the size of the little bead mat. And then what you want to do is to stretch. You want to pre-stretch, because if you don't pre-stretch, you make the bracelet, when the bracelet stretches after the first time, it will be longer than what it was when you measured. And so you should pre-stretch it so you get all the tightness that's in it from the manufacturing process. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Okay. All right. Now you don't have to do it that many times. I think I'm just like overwhelmed right now, and I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants right here. All right. Next, what you do is you take your beads, and I like to line up my beads in the order that I want them to go. And oh, that's what I was telling you, that these beads are from the sweater weather box from Bargain Bead box. And we have these bronzite beads here, and then in between are some glass beads that were in a bead mix, and that bead mix is pretty much gone, you guys. I used that up. I have another bracelet that I'll show you when I'm done, that I used most of those beads up. Okay. All right, so you're going to put a bead stopper at the end, and do not do this. I made the mistake today. I was putting the string in like that, and today I was shaking it and it came out. Yeah, don't do that. The beads were everywhere. Okay. And I wasn't shaking it to be funny. I was trying to get something else off of it, and I did like that, and it just fell off, and then all the beads fell off. Yeah. All right, so anyway, you want to put your bead stopper on there like that, and if you have all your beads laid out in order, then you can go right ahead and string from one end to the other. And what I do like to make sure I have is a pattern that when I get here, the next bead in the pattern would be this one here, because as I string, it's going to go in a complete circle and there's no break with some type of clasp. So ideally on a regular bracelet, you could string just from left to right and then be done, and you don't have to worry about a pattern because you have the clasp that breaks up that momentum of going from left to right. But in this type of bracelet, this is going to curve back around to there, and so if you want it to look most of the time, unless you're not going for that look, but most of the time, if you're doing a pattern, it needs to pick back up over here. All right, so for this pattern, I used the antique bronze bead caps, this bronzite here, which I did clean with some wipes. Let me show you those wipes. I just saw them. Yeah, something like this from the dollar store. Just get yourself some wipes, any kind. And they're very mild, and I use that to clean off my bronzite. I also like to clean off my matte beads, so that the dust that's on them, I don't know why they're dusty, but they usually have some type of dust powder residue, something on it. All right, so there we go. We have this bronzite bead. Let me get us some light. I apologize, y'all. Okay, so we have our bronzite bead that's surrounded by the bead caps, and then these are the colored glass beads that were in the bead mix that came in the box. And I have a seed bead, a antique bronze spacer bead. This is from my stash. This is just a glass bead that had this yellowish orange color that kind of went along with this seed bead. So I said, okay, I'll use that because they didn't have any more of this other bead. And let me show you that one in a second. Where is the hole? Where is the hole? There we are. And I know somebody's going, does she have her readers on today? I sure do not. Okay, so we have our spacer bead, so you get that type of surrounding around there, and then the seed bead. And this is the pattern that I used all the way down. So we start with our bronzite, which is surrounded by the two bead caps, and then the next section is seed bead, spacer bead, a glass bead, spacer bead, seed bead, and then we go back to the bronzite. So that's basically the pattern, and the only thing I did was change the colors as I went down the length of the bracelet. And I loved this bead mix because it had, as you can see, some deep burgundy cranberry colors, and then this gold, and then I added in just some white and gold just for, a little lightness to the pattern. My string had curled up on me. All right, so did I put that on right? No, I did not. I did not think I did. Now, on this section, I wanted to use some of my cathedral beads that are from the Czech Republic that I got through Beadbox Bargains. And so I have a white seed bead. I have my spacer bead. And where the yellow had this glass round bead, this white section has this golden cathedral bead. And this is a Czech glass bead. And I really wanted to add this in, just like I said, for some lightness in the colors. And it is small. It's the smallest of the ones that I used for that section of the bracelet. But with the seed beads being so small, it still was bigger than the seed beads. So I just left it. So that's the second section. Okay, next we're going back to the bronzite. So we have our bead cap. These just reminded me, it looks like almost like a deputy's, a sheriff badge. It just made me think about that. We're doing our bronzite. And then, oh man, I just knocked those all over the place. And then my other bead cap. Now for this section, I loved these. These are some donut or rondelle miniature shaped beads that were in that bead mix in the bargain bead box. And you guys, there was only like 4 of them. I was so upset. I was trying to find a good amount because originally I was just going to do red all the way down. But when I couldn't find any more of those, it just threw me for a loop, and then my pattern just went a different direction. But I really like those, and I literally only got 4. Okay, so this is a carnelian colored barrel bead. And then here's, oh, we almost forgot our spacer bead. And then this little teeny, it's so small. It looked like the hole wasn't gonna be big enough for this, but oh goodness, yeah, it actually works. I am very surprised, but it works. Okay, so that's that section, and then we're back to our bronzite again. So now the pattern just repeats, and then we are done. So we do our yellow and then our cranberry color and the white. Now I do know that here I did the white and then the cranberry, but I didn't want, now I made this pattern when I first got the box, so it's been sitting here waiting all this time, but I was so busy doing so many other different things. So for some reason I wanted to switch the red and the white. I don't remember why, but I don't mind it at all, you know, sitting here looking at it now. So I'm gonna leave it, but for some reason I switched. So it's yellow, white, red, and then yellow, red, white. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I don't remember. All right, so we have our seed bead, our spacer bead. Oh, I'm sorry, I am off camera. I hope I have not been off camera a lot. I apologize. So we have our yellow seed bead, we have our spacer bead, and our, oh, that's so pretty. This is some type of agate that I have. I thought this was glass, but I don't think this is glass. I think this is agate. I'm not for sure. It's very pretty though. So spacer bead and then our seed bead. And we're back to our bronzite. I will be right back when I get to the end. Okay, so we are back. We have completed the entire bracelet all the way down, and it looks so nice now that it is all strung up, and the pattern is very pretty. I like the way that it came out. I like the contrast of the colors up against the antique bronze, and the difference between the size of the seed beads and the spacer beads. I just think it came out really nice. I did not make this one myself. It's going to go in my shop, but I do like the colors, and I do have something that I made that is for myself, and I'll show you that when we're done. So now that we've finished, you got to get it all ready now because we're gonna wear it. Like, you know, what do you do next? So basically I slide my bracelet all the way down to the center, and I cross over, bring this underhand and tie, and I pull it tight but not too tight because you still want it to have some looseness to it. And then I do a double, which is a surgeon's knot, and I pull that down like that, and I pull it in both directions to make sure it's nice and tight, and you can see the knot there. And I let it sit overnight. I know some people who put glue on it, but I have heard that glue can sometimes make the cord brittle and not be as elastic. So since the jury was out as far as what you should or should not do, I just make sure I do that double knot. If I have large enough holes, as I do here, I will sometimes put another knot. And that just, and you know what? We'll go the other way. Cross over, right over left, and then bring this under, going away from me instead of towards me. Another surgeon's knot, pull it just nice and tight. And then tomorrow I will pull it into either this bead, because the hole is big enough, if you can see, or I'll pull it this way, either way, and I'll cut it. But I like to wait overnight before I cut it. So this is the bracelet, and it actually fits me quite perfectly. It could fit someone with a up to a 6.5 inch wrist, so it still will go in my shop. And I know that someone who loves this look, this antique look, along with this bronzite there. This is so beautiful, and it's very autumnal, as everyone says. Very, very colorful for fall, and it reminds me of the leaves in Baltimore when they start to fall off of the trees. They turn these colors before they drop. So that's that bracelet, and I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. And I'm going to set that to the side and show you the necklace. Oh, I'm wearing it. That I made using all of the beads that were in that autumn mix. So for our month, y'all, I had to learn how to make these wrapped loops and how to do more chain necklaces. And so once I am able to do this with a little bit more what's the best word? Once I feel like I know what I'm doing and I can do a tutorial, then I will. I just need to practice a little bit more. But this is the necklace that I made, and I practiced making wrapped loops, excuse me, with some antique copper. And I did a mixed metal by bringing in some silver. These beads here I got from Amazon. I can link them for you. And then everything else came from... Oh, no, that's not right. Okay, these silver beads, these all came from Amazon. The antique copper came from Amazon, separate, wasn't together with anything. The jump rings, these silver jump rings, also came from Amazon, all separate. And then the actual beads, including this large bead here, these all are from the bargain bead box for this month. And so these little beads here, these were all in that bargain bead box. And let me see if I can find the right name for this one. Hold on. Okay, so the pendants are patterned wood pendants, and we got 2 of them, and they have they feel kind of wavy. They have like a wave to them, if you can see that in the light. And then we also got some wood beads. Where did they go? There they go. That have that same patterned wood to them. And then these other beads are all of the seed beads that were just in that pack, along with the ones that are in the bracelet. So my goodness, I could actually wear these 2 together. Even though this has the antique bronze on there, I could still wear it together. I'm mixing my metals, you guys. I'm practicing different ways to mix metal. And so I've been liking everything that I've done so far. So this is a very long necklace, and it is about a foot and almost a foot and a half. I'd say about a foot and a quarter. And I really like the way that I did this tassel, so to speak, with these 3 links down here. And it came out nice. I moved stuff around a couple of times, but it came out nice. So when you wear it around your neck, let's see if you can see it on this mannequin here. Kind of hard to see, but when you wear it around your neck, this is how it is. It comes all the way down like that, and you could surely wear that bracelet with it. It's very, very nice. So that's it. I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it does not have as much energy as I normally have, and I hope that you all will understand that I'm just have been running back and forth with taking care of my daughter, and so I will be posting some more content, if not tomorrow, by the end of this week. And I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial and also seeing this necklace here. And if you would like to see something created like this on the channel, let me know if you're interested in that, and I will create another design for us. All right, well, you all know what we say around here, whether it is day or evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope that it's good. Don't forget to pray, because we really need it. And then don't forget to slay. All right, everyone, bye.